What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. First off, again, let me say rest in peace to Virgin Williams, who um who played Alice Gunderson on General Hospital. Rest in peace to her. I was shocked when I found out that she passed away. I was super surprised. Um, it's been a tough year, man, for a lot of people. A lot of people just passing away. So again, rest in peace to her. um Prayers to the family. I know this is hard for her sister. Her sister was the one who broke the news of her passing. So I couldn't imagine what she's going through right now. I know it's a tough time for the whole family and stuff like that. It's sad. I was shocked when I found that out. I was not expecting that. Her of all people, I was not expecting it. And I think she was only like 62, 63. And to me, that's still fairly young. You know what I mean? Like, it's still young. So rest in peace again to her. She was amazing as Alice. Like, I really missed Alice. I was really hoping that we would have saw Alice again. And it was sad, to hear about her. Um, but getting into this episode of GH, I love the conversation Sonny and Alexis had. I was super happy that Sonny and Alexis finally had a scene together. I said it's about time. Um, it's about time. I'm super happy that they finally had a scene, and you could tell Sonny was so happy to see Alexis. I'm mad because it's like, damn, it took y'all this long to reunite. I was like, she was up in Spring Ridge for a minute. I'm like, Sonny, you've been back for a minute. You couldn't pay her a visit. I understand, he been dealing with a lot, trying to reintegrate himself back into the family and stuff, but you could at least took 5 minutes out your day to go see your baby mama. I'm just saying, she was up in there, going crazy. You could have went to go see her. And in my opinion, I understand why Alexis apologized to Sonny about the whole Dante situation, her stabbing him with the needle and stuff. But in my opinion, she ain't need to apologize to Sonny because she knows Sonny knows that she didn't do that on purpose. Like, I'm pretty sure he knows the situation surrounding that. So she should know he ain't gonna be mad at her about that. If Dante's not mad at her, Sonny's not mad at her. Um, Even if Dante was mad, Sonny would still have compassion for Alexis. Because as much as him and Alexis may bicker over the years, you could tell like he really do care for Alexis. He really does. Um, but I am glad that they had that conversation. And Sonny could tell that Alexis looks lost. Like she's lost. And she's trying to find her way back into society and stuff because she's trying to stay sober. She doesn't have a job anymore. She doesn't have her law license anymore. So she's just trying to re-enter the world and figure out her place in it now without her law license and stuff and trying to stay sober. So I know it's hard for her. And as far as the love thing, I'm glad that Alexis is, staying open-minded about finding love again one day. But I love that she's not going to go looking for it. She's going to let it happen organically, like naturally. If it happens, it happens. And I agree. I agree because I think sometimes that works. Like when you're not looking for love, that's when the best love of your life comes along. When you're not really looking for it, you just let it happen. You know, because Alexis has been through so much with men over the years, from Sonny to Rick. Hell, she had an affair with the mayor at one point. She dealt with Julian and his foolishness, Jerry Jackson, his foolishness. Then she had, Neil who died in her bed. It's been a lot with her when it comes to men. So I think that, she just needs to focus on her sobriety, trying to find out her next chapter in life. And if she happens to meet a great guy along the way, then hey, so be it. But I'm glad that, she's just not looking for it, letting it happen. And I'm glad that she questioned Sonny about Nixon Falls because she was like, she heard word on the street was that he was a nicer person now than what he used to be. Because as we all know, Sonny used to be volatile as hell. Like he used to be hostile. So I'm glad that he's a lot nicer now. They're at least integrating that personality where you see a difference in him. Because I think it's a nice, change for him. Um, but Alexis could tell, like, he's a different person than what he was. And Sonny admitted that he was actually happier in Nixon Falls. Obviously he missed his family once he got his memory back. He couldn't get back fast enough. But when she mentioned that, she hopes that he doesn't miss Nixon Falls too much, you could see the look in his face like Sonny really looks sad. I think Sonny is really caught right now. Like, I think he's battling his thoughts and his feelings right now about what he wants He got Carly right here. He got Nina right here. Everybody knows he loves Carly, but he can't shrug off his feelings that he has for Nina. Those are just not going away, and he's trying to figure out what he wants right now. He's having an internal battle with himself. He's trying to keep Nina right here. He's trying to keep Carly right here. It's like he gonna at some point both of those are gonna collide, and he's gonna have to make a choice on what he wants. You know what I mean? And it's not gonna be an easy one. And the fallout is not gonna be pretty. Because if he goes ahead and chooses Nina or whatever, it ain't gonna be sweet. It's not. It's gonna be a mess. Um but Sonny is definitely torn between his life in Port Charles and what he had in Nixon Falls. He's torn between the two. Um and I can't wait to find out what he's gonna choose and how all of this is gonna work. Once it all hits the fan. And I was a little nervous when Carly went to go see Phyllis at the pub or whatever. I was like, oh shit. Because what if Phyllis, tells her about what happened between Sonny and Nina during that time? Because that's why Carly went to go see Phyllis. Because she wanted to know what happened with Sonny in Nixon Falls. Because he has this totally different personality than what she's used to. And she feels like she does not know her husband anymore. That part of him she doesn't know. And that's what bugs the hell out of her. You know what I mean? Carly is tripping right now because it's like parts of her gets the Sonny that's, always been there, and they still connect on that. But it's that whole Nixon Falls, that time away that she just doesn't understand. And it makes her mad as hell that she doesn't know that side of him. So, of course, she needs Phyllis to fill in the blanks. And, I love Phyllis though. I really do. I love Phyllis. I'm glad that she's such a simple type character to where it's like Carly came here offering her an apartment. She was like, I'll help you get an apartment or whatever. And Phyllis was like, no, I'm good. She was like, I'm cool with the back room. She, where Julian used to stay. She was cool with that. And I think that's smart, honestly, because think about it. She doesn't have to pay rent. She doesn't have to pay utilities. And what Sonny's paying her to manage the place, she can pocket the money and save it, go on vacations and stuff. So I think that's brilliant. Or retirement whenever she's ready to fully step down. At least she'll have some money to sock away and, she could live comfortable. But, Phyllis was basically trying to tell Carly to let that go. Her hatred of Nina. Let it go. I understand where Phyllis is coming from. I do. But the thing is, Phyllis doesn't know Carly. Carly's not going to let that shit go. She's not letting it go. She will not let it go. Carly is not a turn the other cheek kind of person. She's not a forgive and forget kind of person. That's normally I'll be saying it like Carly needs to forgive Nina, not for her, not for Nina, but for herself, for her inner peace. But Carly is Carly. She loves the drama. And for me, I want to see him fight. I'm not going to be satisfied until I see a blowout, drag out fight between Nina and Carly. It needs to happen. It has to happen. The talking is done. Carly is not in a talking mood when it comes to Nina. Like, the talking needs to be over. They need to just scrap. That's the only way for Carly to get some satisfaction out of this. She gonna have to do something because Carly's not gonna be happy until she gets some measure of justice, what she feels is justice. She's not gonna be happy. I did enjoy the outside scenes though with Willow, Nina, and Wiley. Wiley was actually happy to see Nina. He ran over, calling her grandma and stuff, ran over to her, giving her a hug and all that. Nina tried to avoid it, but, for peace sake, but, she didn't want to do it. And, Willow wasn't about to snatch Wiley away and be like, oh no, we gotta go. So she allowed, Nina to have some time with him and stuff. Even though, Willow agrees with Michael that maybe they shouldn't have Wiley around Nina. It's gonna be a touchy thing though. Nina can apologize until she's blue in the face, but it's not gonna work on Michael right now. It's really not. Michael is in revenge mode right about now, so it doesn't matter really what Nina says. She's gonna be the town pariah until whenever. And you could tell when Carly walked up, Carly was pissed. When she saw Nina hugging on with Wiley and stuff like that, she was fuming. And I'm just like, Carly, calm your ass down. Because Carly if it was up to her, Nina would never be around Wiley. But like Sonny told her before, that's Michael and Willow's decision. Who's around their child and who's not. That's their choice. Um, but like I said, Carly and Nina just need to fight and get that shit over with. They really do. Like it needs to happen. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. Um, Maxie, I get the feeling from Maxie that she's ready to confess. Like she's ready to unburden herself of the whole Louise drama. I think she's ready because every time she's around Austin, she slips up and says something that could reveal the whole plan, and then she has to backtrack and come up with a cover story that would try to make some sense as to why she's saying certain things. Like she keeps trying to get Austin to be friends with, BLQ or to let this whole revenge thing against her go, and he's wondering why does she care so much? Like, why do you want me to be cool with her and stuff like that? Like, why? And then she let it slip that if he doesn't, then Maxie's going to be collateral damage. And he was confused by what the hell she was talking about. He was like, how are you collateral damage of me not getting along with her? So it seemed to me like she was getting ready to tell him what was going on. But of course, Sasha came in with her labor pains and contractions and stuff. So that put that conversation on hold for the second. But I'm like, Maxie, you just need to go ahead and let this charade go. Because it's blowing up in her face at the moment. Like, everything is just falling apart. Her whole plan is falling apart. It's only a matter of time before everything comes out. So it's like, at this point, you might as well just unburden yourself. It's coming out. Gladys didn't annoy me as much in this episode because at least she was, calm and cool and collected with Sasha because Sasha was panicking. I don't blame Sasha for panicking because number one, she's in labor and she's trapped in a room, no cell service, can't call out for help, and she might have to deliver that child in that damn dusty room. I would have been panicking too. I'm not gonna lie, but at least Gladys was calm, cool, and collected and tried to help her through it. Thank God Brando got down there when he did to get them up out of there and get them to the hospital and stuff. Because Gladys is under the impression that BLQ is the one that locked them in that room. Because BLQ was the last person that she saw. And I can understand why she would think that. You know what I mean? But little does she know, it was crazy ass Esme that locked her up in there because she thought Trina was in there. So it was like a domino effect in a way. And now that she thinks BLQ was the one that locked her in here, she called Brooklyn like, listen, you done crossed the line now. Because she felt like, you know what, you done put my grandchild in jeopardy. Now you cross the line. So I'm like, Brooklyn, you need to do something and do it quick. Do something and do it fast before she get on that phone and call Valentine. Because that's what it looked like she ready to do now. Because the way she was talking, it sounds like the gloves are off now. So you better do something and do it fast. Because this whole plan is just unraveling. But I am happy that Sasha's having a safe birth. They're having a baby boy. I'm so over these babies right about now. It's like, why does somebody have to get pregnant literally every year? Like, can we go like 2-3 years without somebody getting knocked up? I'm just saying, like, the baby shit is getting aggravating. I'm just saying, like, we need a baby break. We really do. Because it's just too many children right now being born. Way too many. They just need to cool their jets on the whole baby thing. So Esme continues to be petty. She's sitting there trying to make out with Spencer in front of Trina's face. Trina was looking a little uneasy and stuff about that kiss. I'm like, you know what? Just beat her down already. Because Esme will turn anything into pettiness and vindictiveness. I'm like, Esme, go sit down. Your plan didn't work. You tried to lock that girl in the closet. You tried to ruin her night. And it backfired on you. And now you're trying to kiss Spencer in front of her to make her jealous. Like, Esme, go sit down somewhere. You need to check up from the neck up. So anyway, I was super happy that everybody sprung into action to find Leo. Like, Spencer was going outside to go check the ice cream vendor or whatever that was out there to see if maybe Leo went out there. Ava was going to check the cameras. Everybody just pretty much was trying to do whatever they can. Dante was putting out a missing child alert and stuff. They all sprung into action to try to find him. Thank God, though, Ava checked the cameras and she knew what direction Leo was going in and stuff. they need to fire that valet, because I'm like, the valet saw Leo leaving. I'm like, why didn't you stop that boy? Um, thank God also that Ned read that, book on autism and stuff for kids or people on the spectrum or whatever, so he knew the signs. So once she said that he was heading south and he remembered what he read in that book, it led them to the pier, and that's where they found him. Because people that's on the spectrum, they like to be around water. Um, thank God that they found Leo, because a kid walking around at night by himself, and the Jerome Gallery, I guess, is not far from the pier, but still, that's dangerous. That little boy could have fell in there. Anything could happen. Could have been kidnapped. You know, anything could happen to him. So thank God for that. And I'm glad that Olivia finally realized something is wrong with her son. Like, he could have autism or something. Something is wrong. You know, and it took for this big scare for her to realize Ned was right all along. You know, that she needs to go get him checked out. And I'm glad that, she told Ned that, he need to come home with her so they could, talk. Thank goodness. Like, this mess is finally coming to a conclusion, this infighting between her and Ned. She's finally realizing that something's going down with your son, because what's going to happen next time if something like this happens? You know? Could be worse than what it was. Like, thank goodness that he was reading about autism and the signs and the symptoms and all that stuff. Good, because like I said, it could have been worse. Thank God for that. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you guys thought about this episode, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.